How does a maker foster good motivation? Today, in Mikey's lab. Welcome back to Not the Lab. We're still in Bavaria. This is going to be the second in my Maker Talk series that we discussed previously in the previous video. This one's going to be a little different. We're not going to do the clean code stuff. We still have the beer. But what I want to talk to you about today is maker motivation. And I know that sounds kind of Anybody can get motivated and excited about a project. Anybody can be passionate about what they're working on. But there comes times when you take on large projects that the motivation isn't as easy as it is, and you kind of drown a little bit, and you lose some steam. And this video is dedicated to my buddy Dan. I love the guy, awesome dude. Jumped into this making thing with a project that is off the rails. Like, it would be difficult for me to do on my own, and I've been doing making for years. So Dan, hats off to you, brother. But he's experiencing the same thing we all experience. You get about a quarter way into the project, you lose some steam, you lose some focus. Not everybody's telling you how awesome the project is anymore, so you're not getting that constant feedback that you used to get, those serotonin and dopamine boosts that you used to get from everybody telling you that the project is awesome. Dan, the project is awesome. Just I'm not allowed to talk about it still, right? I've mentioned that many times on this channel, but the project is awesome still, Dan. So let's talk about ways you can self-motivate. One of the big things that I like to do, and those who've been with my channel for a while know that there's been several projects where I have just lost steam. One of the things I like to do when that happens, when you start to feel yourself losing steam, take one of the smaller pieces, take one of the easy wins of the project, and focus on that, right? Just run right through the easy win, get that dopamine, get that serotonin, get that rise and that high of feeling good about what you're doing, and then moving on will be easy after that, most of the time. Again, this is just what happens for me. Right? I'll take some small piece of the project, I'll get the easy win, and then I'll move on to another one, hopefully another easy win. I won't try to jump into the massively hard thing that I've been beating my head against the wall for 7 days right away again, but you just kind of work your way back up. The other tip I can give you that I've often done is not something that Dan's doing, but it's something that I have often done with this, is pause for a moment. And just give yourself a week, give yourself a day, give yourself some time, and walk away from the project, have a beer, right, and refocus. Come back with more energy, come back with a different attitude and a different way of looking at the situation. And that itself can be very, very reiterating or re-energizing, I think is the word that I'm looking for. So yeah, there are those two things. The other one is to, for me, often working on just another small project, right? So I usually lose steam in the big projects. Like, as one of my viewers has pointed out, the rover has been stalled for a little bit, right? So I tend to go and I go look at a different project or something somebody else wants me to work on for them. I'll do that, and then I'll come back to the parts of the rover that need to be done. Case in point, the satellite module. I need to get that done. I need to get that video out. Right? It's been much more of a pain than I thought it would be. I thought this would be an easy project to do. Take me a couple weeks to get the software right. But because of the mission critical nature of it, this is taking a lot longer than I anticipated that it would. So the other thing you can do is share your project with people. Right, whether it be a group online that shares your passion about the type of project you're working on or what you're building or just making in general, whether it be a local makerspace, whether it be your friends. Share the project, get people's feedback, have people tell you that you're on the right track, you're doing good. That energy, that positive energy of positive people around you is very, very important. And just likewise though, if you have somebody around you who's negative and doesn't give you any good feedback, not that all feedback has to be positive, but doesn't give you any good feedback, thinks the whole idea of what you're doing is stupid and that you should just give it up and never do it. No, keep those people away from you. But don't talk to those people about the projects you're working on, because that will suck the life out of you just as quickly. So I hope that with those 3 points, you can find a way to focus through and find a way to find the passion and the energy to continue to work through all of the little hurdles that tend to go on a lot in the making environment, especially when you take on big projects. If you take on little projects, it's easier to just power through because you've only got a few days of work. But when you're dealing with these long projects that are 6 months to a year to 2 years worth of research and development in areas that you don't know what you're doing, they can really weigh on you. If you have any comments on this, by all means, comment section down below. If you like what you saw, hit the thumbs up button. On our channel, as you know, we do a lot of DIY, science, engineering. If that's what you're into, hit the subscribe button. And if you want, hit that notification button to ensure that you are kept up to date with everything that we do in the lab. I want to thank you for joining me in Bavaria. I hope you learned something today, and I will see you soon.